Hello, everyone. Welcome to the meet and greet. Sorry, I was a couple of minutes late getting on here. Couldn't find the link. I couldn't find the link. I can't sing. How's everybody doing?
Hey, Monica. Good
Hello,
evening.
Janae. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. Let me get my lighting together because it looks like it's Wayne's here. Brittany's here. Good evening, everyone.
All right. Hi, everybody.
How's everybody doing?
Who was singing when we came in?
You mean who was making noise?
I liked it.
That would have been me.
Music is always good for the soul.
It so is, and you know what our country needs is a big old fat concert with some barbecue.
Oh,
Like we need a revival. We need music. We need to just go outside and sing and dance and eat and hop up and down and hug each other.
sign me in.
We're planning our retreat.
Yes,
Our Notary Nerds retreat. I'll
we
come
gotta-
to Tennessee. I'm a Kentucky girl, so I'll come to Tennessee.
Hey, you know what? That's going to be one of the first things we talk about. So we need to make this money so we can do this because musicians need to get paid. Sound people, light people, barbecue people.
And the cooks, yeah.
There you go. All right, it looks like we've got a lot of folks coming in. I'm going to go ahead and hit the record so we can get started. I apologize again for being a couple minutes late. I couldn't find the link in my email, and I finally found it. Oh, Tiffany got a closing. Okay, cool. Yeah, exactly. Good for her. Tiffany ain't playing no games, you guys. Tiffany Miles is who I'm talking about, and she is in Arizona doing big things, working full-time for the state of Arizona and full-time as a notary signing agent. And I mean, she's going to be teaching you guys this month for those of you guys who are going to do the reverse mortgage and the Veterans Administration packet or the VA packet, and the she's going to do a reverse mortgage application packet, a VA refi packet, and a reverse mortgage closing packet at the end of the month. So I am looking forward to that. But let me hit record so we can get started. Oh, I'm already recording. It's Wednesday. It's time for Notary Meet and Greet. And this is something we do every Wednesday night. Say hi to everybody. Everybody say hi. And we just sit here and chat and figure things out. We start off the call by figuring out if there's anybody who's got any problems or anything that they want to talk about first. And then I do have a couple of things that I'm going to need you guys' help with tonight as far as our first in-person event. So first, let's get our line started. Let's raise our hands and let us know who needs help with what, questions, anything like that. Please let us know. Hey, Sebastian. All right, Urania, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right. Okay. So I know there is a lot to cover on the classes, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel like I'm so far behind. So like I'm trying to play catch up. So how should I do this? Because I noticed like each month you like teach on probably the same subjects, I guess.
Right. I'm sorry, I had to mute someone. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I noticed like each calendar month, like you'll teach on probably refinance this month, but you might have taught it last month. So is it like best to like work on the things that you're teaching?
Okay, good question. Oh gosh, that's a good question. So I have to be careful because my job is to keep you guys keep fresh content available. And that means that I have to go get new content, but then I also have to remember that there are some staple types of items that need to be on there and available for people as they come in, like the refi, like the seller packets, and those kind of things that you guys are doing on that you may run into on a daily basis. And then we have instructor availability. So when you mix all those three things up, we're going to try to always have a Ron class. We're going to always try to have a refi packet class. It may not be the VA refi, but we're going to have a refi, like Katie teaches the refinance packet. Quentin teaches the seller packet. So we're going to try to have them fingerprinting. We're going to try to have them every single month because those are some things that, you're going to need as staples to probably refresh yourself on. But the things like the car dealership navigator, both Katie and I decided, you know what, we've kind of had that enough, and the attendance was kind of waning a little bit. So we kind of put that on pause a little bit. Plus Maverick is not really, you don't hear of a lot of people getting car dealership signings. So, you know, we just kind of make decisions based on what people are in need of, with the understanding that most people are doing loan signings, and we need to have some semblance of some loan signing training available every month. So, but that being said, I don't want you to get overwhelmed, and don't feel like you have to take everything. Don't feel like you have to consume every single thing. Only just do the things that you really need to determine what your business model is going to be and what you want to focus on as far as your main point of revenue.
Okay, got it. I did complete the car dealership because I want that one.
Okay.
I actually went up to people, businesses, and yeah, they need some help. So I got to get my script together.
Right.
So I can get with those people and hopefully have some businesses, because I don't have any clients yet, but I'm working towards it. I'm trying every way possible to market. So I might have to pay somebody to help me market, but ooh, this is tough, girl.
Well, I'm proud of you. You're moving your feet. That's the thing. That's what is important, is because of all the information. A lot of times people get stuck in analysis paralysis, and they don't move their feet. But you're doing a little bit of both. You're ingesting the content, but you're getting out there and you're marketing too. And we're gonna help on that marketing. That's gonna come to once those emails get developed. I got a copywriter doing some email campaigns for us for some title companies.
Okay.
That's gonna be in the basic package, so everybody will be able to get that and start their marketing.
Okay, great.
All right, Janae, what you got?
Good evening, everyone. I have a question. Last night, with the attorney, what do you call it? The attorney list, like building your. So I couldn't stay on the meeting last night, so I missed it, a lot of it. But is it ready for the reboot? Is it up or?
Yes, I believe he uploaded that this morning. Elijah works from 1 to 4. I'm going to kind of go over everybody's schedule so you guys can know when to expect stuff. But that class, if you want to even check while we're on, the replay of how to build an attorney database is uploaded to Notary Nerds University. So go and double and triple check. I'm hoping I'm telling you guys right while we're on. He was supposed to do that this afternoon. So Janae, are you still there? You froze on me. Yeah, definitely double check that. See, so let me explain too exactly kind of the back process so you guys have an understanding. Let me see here. So what happens is now that I have help, I have to establish different Zoom accounts. And so I have Elijah who sets up the Zoom, and what happens is I don't get access to the recording because it's in his user account. So once the recording is over with, because he set the Zoom up, the recording will be housed in his user account until he comes to work and uploads it the next day to the platform. So that's kind of what we're looking at as far as logistics right now. But that class was, I'm telling you guys, that was a good class. So there you are, Janae. Come on back off mute. I'm sorry. Were you able to check and see if it's uploaded? I'm pretty sure that it is.
No, but I'll check now. And I'm sorry, okay. I missed what you were saying. I don't know what's going on with my internet.
That's okay. I was just trying to explain kind of how it works in the back office. So Elijah or Rachel or one of them, they all have their own Zoom accounts, and they're helping me by setting up the Zoom meetings. But because they originate and initiate the meeting, the recording gets housed in their
place. Okay. Because it was good. What I heard, it was really good. And I'm like, okay. And I even went on the American Bar Association and was playing around with the website. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. And then also, I just want to say again, you all got to knock on those doors for those marijuana places. Today, I had 2 days with those fingerprints, okay, and 2 direct pays with one title company today. So I've been.
Oh, shut up! Good job, Janae.
So I'm not playing, pretty soon.
And you are in Florida. So you guys,
Yes.
Janae's in Florida. So they got recreational cannabis places down there, right?
Yeah, plenty of
You're
them.
gonna have more opportunities. Is it here in Tennessee? They ain't playing them games just yet. So I have to wait a little bit on that. And I think I don't think there's a lot of notarizations required for that. I'll check into it. But that's for those of you guys, Colorado, Florida, I don't know what other states. You guys better listen, because that's some good money, and they're gonna have to have those fingerprints before they start work. Isn't that right?
Yeah. So I just paid for my new printer. I'm gonna order tonight.
Nice.
But, yeah, with some weed money. And I said, I don't smoke it. Take it. And I even spoke to a police officer about it. And he was like, I didn't even know that you all could do that. So he said, he talked to me. He said, you know what? I'm gonna tell my wife she need to get her notary permission.
And did you tell her that you don't even need to be a notary to do this?
I told him. He said, no, she need to do something to get out of the house. He said, but she could go do it.
I love it. Y'all listen to Janae. She just gave y'all some good advice. Those of you guys who are in states that marijuana is legal either medically or recreationally, they've got employees and people that have to follow certain guidelines. Fingerprinting is one of them. Okay, anybody else before I start going? Because we're about to go. You good, Urania? Okay. Okay, you guys. Well, this is what I need your help with tonight. I need to know whether or not June the 26th or July the 26th or whatever would be a better date for our first notary in-person meeting. So if you could just drop June or July in the chat so that I can get a feel. And let me explain to you what I'm talking about. This meeting is going to be the very first ever mock signing training. I repeat, this meeting will be a full day of mock signing training. You're going to learn how to do a refi packet in person. You're going to be working with somebody more experienced than yourself. You are going to learn the refi packet from 11 to 12. We are going to have lunch from 12 to 1. From 1 to 2, you will be learning a seller packet. And from 2 to 3, you will be doing mock signings for that hour opposite someone who is more experienced than you. You will be judged on your ability to complete the signing in a timely manner. You will be judged on your ability to show up with professional gear, PPE. It is going to be an actual signing experience. You're going to leave from this event with confidence of how the logistics of a signing should look. You will get documents upon registration. It will be up to you to organize those documents in advance of the event, which is going to be a Saturday from 11 to 3 in a ballroom. Space, nice and spacious, in order to make sure we keep in line with social distancing guidelines. So we have 2 people to a 6-foot table type situation. And you will be getting physical hands-on loan signing experience. Okay. So June or July. I got
July.
Go ahead, Zara.
No, I was gonna say July looks like it won, but I can't tell.
Yeah, it looks
Monica,
like
where are you located?
Nashville, Tennessee.
Oh, girl.
I'm in Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Let me correct that. But the event, we're looking at 2 venues, the Sheraton Music City and the Hotel Prescott. Both of them are near the airport. And like I say, we're going to get the entire ballroom of whichever one we use to ensure the ability to social distance. We're going to bring in, I really want to bring in Katie and Quentin because they're already teaching, but I'm going to be reaching out to several people to see who is available, because not everybody will be available to travel to Nashville for that day. And obviously be compensated for their time still, but we still have to work with people's schedules. So what won? July?
Yes, ma'am. I get to see you.
Yay! Okay, so July does look like it won.
Yeah.
I think it looks like most people need a little bit more time. Okay. Yeah, it does look like July won. Second thing, All right, need some help with. Any questions about that so far? All right.
Yes, Monica, is
Yes,
it
go
gonna
ahead.
be on the weekend? Because July 26th is a Monday.
Okay, yes, I'm sorry. It's gonna be on that last Saturday after the last day to close.
Oh,
So-
then that would be July 31st, the last Saturday.
Well, the last day to close a refi, I should say.
Oh, okay.
So somebody, if you could tell me what that is.
The 24th?
Is it the 24th of July?
Yeah, and I got a Girl
Yes,
Scout
ma'am. It's the
event.
24th. Yes.
Oh,
Okay. And so what is the 24th? What day does the 24th fall on?
a Saturday.
Okay, so that's our day.
Oh, I can't come.
Why not?
I'm a Girl Scout leader, and that's our picnic and awards day.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
Okay. Dang, I hate that.
Yeah, me too.
Well, okay. Well, we're going to be heading down your way. The goal is for us to do this regionally or in different cities. Okay, so we will definitely be heading to Florida with this, but we want to do the first one here in Nashville just to get things going. Second thing I need your opinions on, and then we'll start talking more business stuff. Okay. There's some people who have vegetarian, diets and vegan diets, and these hotels don't offer a lot. They offer like hummus and veggie sticks, and I'm like, that's not very nice, right? So would you prefer a deli? And then COVID, people don't want to do buffets. So give me a indication of if you would prefer a box lunch or something more like just a plated salad or a plated entree.
I love them all.
Yeah, I think box. Have you looked at Jason's Deli box for the vegans, or
We can't bring in any outside food to the hotel. We have to use.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Otherwise, we would definitely be heading to Jason's Deli.
Okay.
Entree salads are good.
That's what I was thinking. It looked
For
like you
me.
have some options to go with some protein if you wanted to. I just kind of wanted to get everybody's
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah, the entree looks, yeah.
Because the only thing they offer when it comes to food is just, when it comes to sandwiches, obviously the box lunch is going to be ham, turkey, roast beef, chicken salad, tuna, and then for the people who are vegetarians or vegans, all they get is veggie sticks and hummus. That's not fair.
That's not fair.
No, it's not. So I said that probably wouldn't be a good idea. So definitely not that, huh? So it sounds like either an entree salad or some choices between, because they've got a spinach and cheese ravioli option here, but the rest tend to have a protein. But at least that's better than veggie sticks and hummus. So
Yeah.
okay.
A grilled salmon is not bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So here's
Sorry, I say salmon. I pronounce the L, but it's salmon. My friend gets me on that.
Well,
Yeah,
I needed that input. So let's see here. No respect for exactly, Avis. That's why I'm trying to see exactly. See, I knew that there were vegans in this group. I tend to try to do it at least 2 or 3 times a year. I'm working my way to plant-based, but I knew I wanted to get input from you guys, because if I do this from 12 to 1 when everybody else is enjoying their lunch, I want you guys to be able to enjoy your lunch too, should you decide to come. So no, I've got you on my mind. Okay. Now that that's out the way, we'll be in touch when details become more, solid on that. It looks like it's going to be July to give everybody time to plan. What else do we need to talk about tonight? What's going on with everybody?
So just to recap before we start, if you don't mind. So when we come to Tennessee, it's going to be a signing experience for the refi package. Everyone's going to have their own refi package, I guess, to bring or carry with them, or you're going to prep that.
Ooh,
and then we have a competition.
Yeah, this is what's going to happen. Great question. You just got me all excited to tell you.
Okay.
So upon registration, you will receive an email. This is going to be mock from the beginning. Just like a signing service would email you a packet, you are going to get an email. And this is a recruiting bonanza for me, because I'm getting ready for the whole Notary Nerds Network thing, right? So this gives me an opportunity to see firsthand how you move, you know what I'm saying? How you dress, how you walk, how you talk, how you present yourself, right? So at registration, you're going to get an email. I also am going to get to see who prints out that packet before they get on the plane or before they get in the car on the way to Nashville, organizes it, and is ready that day, or who is running around looking for a FedEx Kinko's an hour before the thing starts, right? These are the things I'm going to get to see from this whole experience. So you'll get an email with the packet. It's going to be up to you how you deal with it. It's going to just be like a signing service sending you a packet. So you're going to do what you normally would do, and then come to the day is going to be full of training and Q&A, and then the signings, the mock signings at the end. So does that answer your question, Zara?
Yes, ma'am. And can we win some money or something?
Well, I really wanted to call this a mock signing competition, but I'm always trying to compete. And I know a lot of new notaries are going to be coming, and I don't want to scare them. So I didn't want to call it competition and scare people away from coming. But I really do want it to be a competition deep down in my soul.
Me too.
But maybe next time, you know.
Okay.
Monica, what's the cost?
Okay, so let's talk
You
about
still
it.
figuring that out?
We are, because I've got to get the food. I already know how much the ballroom's going to cost. I got to get the food, and then I got to figure out who I'm going to pay to come in and do the training, because they're going to need airfare, time there, and
per diem and all that.
Yeah, so I got to figure all of that out, and we're close, but we're not all the way there yet, because I still got to reach out to some more people. But what I'm going to try to do it, and that's another reason why I was trying to figure out, yesterday on that live, I was telling people how to calculate your costs, because I have a young lady that's in the event space that's helping me, and she's like really excited to be a notary, and she called to get some mentoring, and I told her that I don't really do loan signings. And we somehow or another ended. She asked, well, can I help you do anything else? And I'm like, well, I'm trying to put this event together. Lo and behold, she does this for a living for the nonprofit. And so, I don't believe in anybody working for free. So I asked her, what is your cost to help me get this together? So her costs are going to be in there. I'm going to have some costs in there as far as my hourly rate to get it all together and handle it. The course, the people that are training. So but I'm going to try to do it at cost this time. The next time I ain't doing it at cost. The next time we're putting margins in it, right? Because this is not how we're doing it, folks. Okay.
We're not a nonprofit.
That's right. But this first one, just so that we can get it figured out, we're going to figure out what all those minimal costs are, divided by however many people are coming. And that's going to be our number. So whatever.
What about hotel, Monica? Are you gonna factor in the hotel, or?
We're gonna try to get a block of a room. What is it called? Block rate or something like that. But it's gonna be one of those things to where you don't have to stay at the hotel if you don't want to, because a lot of Airbnb opportunities are nearby and whatnot. So what do you guys suggest? This is our first time, so I'm open.
So how many days is the event going to take place for?
Just one.
Just one.
Just for this first one.
So no meet and greet on Friday?
You wouldn't want to do a 2-day event with meet and greet Friday, and then everything takes place that Saturday, and everybody leave out that Sunday?
Yeah.
You want to do it that way?
It would be better.
I think a meet and greet would be nice.
Okay.
Yeah, it will.
So
I think that would be a good idea, just so that everyone can kind of get that out of the way beforehand. So that way that's already taken care of. That way you can kind of get down to business when everything starts on Saturday.
Yeah. So they won't waste time on Saturday.
Yeah, that
Especially
is
when you're
true.
going to have everybody on an hour time into what they're going to be there speaking on.
That is true. And we're going to be teaching to chat.
And maybe the meet and greet could be like a barbecue, fish fry. It doesn't have to be at the hotel. It could be at a park or
exactly.
Something.
There's a church downtown on 5th. I think it's McKendree United Methodist. The young lady that's helping me do the event, they got several floors of event space that they lease out to people. So we're looking at that, and that could possibly be where we do the meet and greet. And it's downtown Nashville, so that would give people an opportunity to, if they wanted to walk around downtown Nashville, they could do that. Okay, so that sounds good. So July, 2 days instead of just one, which is good that it's in July. It gives more time to kind of plan for it. And that sounds really good. A meet and greet on Friday.
Yeah, I was gonna say, it would probably be cheaper because to do an Airbnb versus a hotel has a group. Because if you do it, Airbnb has a group, you can get discount rates. And they as far as food and things, they have like kitchens. So like if somebody wants to bring something and things like that, just thought.
Very true. It's just going to be one of those things where, I have only been able to cohabitate with people I've given birth to. I'm one of those types of people. I can't live with everybody.
If it's not my man or my children, I can't do it.
Thank you. Yeah.
Not for 10, 15 more minutes. I can host for a couple of hours, but after that, when it's time to go night, I got to be. So when it comes to Airbnbs, that's a good suggestion. So for those of you guys that are okay with buddying up and doing that, go for it. I'm not mad at it. I just know that I'm probably going to be at 600 Murfreesboro Street.
All right, that's your house?
That's my house. I'm 25 minutes away from the hotel. I might stay down there with y'all because y'all might have me outside drinking margaritas, and I might have to. All right, what we got, y'all? What's next?
I have a question.
Yep.
Okay. I'm new to the notary, and I'm also advertising myself as a wedding officiant. But
Okay.
I want to know, how would I build clientele as a wedding officiant?
Ooh, who's doing that? Anybody? Anybody doing any wedding officiating? Brittany?
I'm in South Carolina.
And she's in South Carolina. And Brittany's gonna chime in, and she's in Florida. Go ahead, Brittany.
Honestly, most of my wedding association contacts come from my Google My Business page. When people don't want to go through a church, they go to Google.
Did you hear that, Jamie?
How did you do your Google business page? I have one that I did, but I'm not sure if it was active. And I keep getting different pages for as asking to pay for a business page. So I'm not sure.
On your Google My Business page, you don't want to necessarily pay for anything. It should be free. But let's go. Brittany, do you have yours? You said on your Google My Business? What's your business name, Brittany?
It's Emerald Waters Notary LLC.
Okay. All right. So Jamie, here is her Google My Business page. And let's just kind of click here. Oh, I clicked the map. Okay, there we go. She's just got a lot of good reviews. That's the thing. I didn't necessarily see the wedding officiant pop out at me, but I can tell you that if you put it as one of your products or services, one of the young ladies that we looked at her Google My Business was so creative because she actually listed her services as products that could be purchased versus as services that were offered. And it showed up differently here. But if I were you, Jamie, I would just, like Brittany said, just get your Google My Business page together and just list your products, list your wedding officiant service as a product instead of a service. I would, because it shows up really nicely when you do that. Anybody have any other suggestions?
Miss Monica, if I may, I'm in Texas and I'm a wedding officiant also, and I have had people contact me from my Google business page as well. And I do have my products and services listed. So for the young lady that's asking, you're just gonna have to calculate your costs. Like Miss Monica was saying, I did research in the area for my area to see what other people were charging. And just based on COVID, I only have 3 services that I offer for wedding officiant, and they're real quick, fast, simple, and easy. And people tend to like that also.
Okay. I did my first, well, I wouldn't say official wedding, but they just opt to just do the signing, the marriage license signing.
Okay.
And I've done that. That went well. And I also put it on my business cards and my Instagram page. Everything that I advertise my business on, I have, and I put it also in my title. I also put the notary signing agent, and then I put wedding officiant as my title as well.
I think that's a good start. I think that maybe now you may want to start to do some more even direct marketing
Okay.
to the apartment complexes and things like that. They're hard to find addresses for, but sometimes you can get couples are living in apartments, they're living in houses, but a lot of times they're in apartments, and you can, maybe possibly find couples who are by direct marketing doing maybe some postcards or getting with an apartment complex, because you never know, they're thinking about it or whatever the case may be. That may be another place.
Okay.
Amy, go ahead.
Oh my goodness, you went on a tangent and I completely forgot my train of thought. So just bypass me.
Oh, sorry.
Monica, I have a question. The young lady in Texas who performs weddings, how did you become an what do you call them, efficient?
Yes,
How did
yes,
you
I went through Universal Life Church. It's online. It took just a couple of minutes and they sent the certificate, and then you also go on and you can get other products from them as well. They also have good resources that you can continue to follow up on so that you know what type of script you might want to use. So yeah, that's exactly what I did right there with what Miss Monica's pulling up.
Universal Life, okay.
Yep.
And Urania?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, I have 2 questions actually. On the Google My Business, I'm still working on that. And when I come to a certain area, it's asking for a cost. So is there a monthly cost on the Google My Business?
It's supposed to be free. I'm not sure.
It'll be free.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be free. Okay, because I'm not getting free.
Yeah,
And
it
then
should be free unless you are in that portion where they do ads, like if they're trying to get you to do a Google ad.
Okay.
They be asking you for a cost for a budget for that. But Google My Business page is free.
Okay. Then my next question is, when setting up this page, I know you are probably everybody has a website. Do you name the Google My Business page the same as a website or different, but just reference it to the business?
Okay, that's a good question. I'll chime in and say your Google My Business page name needs to be your business's name.
Oh, so it does need to be exact name.
Yeah, you don't want to change that because I think what Google will do is they'll do some sort of a check because you're going to get verified. And I think that's one of the things that they look at. If things don't match up, even with your telephone number, I think they sometimes kick back. More so if you're in a brick and mortar situation than if you're in a virtual situation. But I don't play around with my business's name. I will say this. I don't have LLC on my Google My Business, but my business does have LLC at the end of the name. So from that point of view, it's different. But for the most part, it's
okay. So keep the name the same. Okay, I wasn't for sure about that. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Anybody else?
Give a quick tip for Miss, I think it's Miss Urania.
Yes.
I noticed that when I initially started my Google My Business page, I was getting some traffic, but not a lot of traffic. But then there was like I said, I'm in Texas. She's out of Texas also. She said, try putting your business name, but then also the way that Google works, try to narrow it down by like city, county, state, metroplex, something like that, like kind of throw that into the title. So, because most times when people are searching, they're looking for someone near them. And so what I did is I tried it out. And like Ms. Monica said, I agree with her 100%. Do not mess with your business name on Google because they'll kick it back. They'll lock you out. They'll take your page. But If you just
Wow.
add like because what I did with mine is I end up changing mine and I put my city and county and I got so much more traffic. I left my business name, but I got so much more traffic.
Mm,
So
that's a
that's
good
that's
tip.
like a little, little tidbit, little nugget for people to try. And I promise you it will work. You will see a difference. I did it on a Sunday. And when I checked my numbers, like that Monday or Tuesday, my numbers had skyrocketed. I got emails, I got phone calls. So at least it worked for me for my area.
Okay.
That's a
Okay.
really, really good tip.
Thank you.
Did you add your city and county on the title or where?
Yes, I did.
Title?
Yes, I did. So what I did is I just left my business, like Miss Monica said, I left my business the way it was, and I just did a dash, and I put my 2 largest cities around me that I tend to work in the most, and it just skyrocketed from there.
Well, I can do,
Awesome.
I
Thank you.
notarize in 2 states. So I'm here in Missouri, but I also do Kansas. So my 2 areas would be Jackson County and Johnson County. So you're talking about putting it something like that instead of like,
Yes, absolutely.
okay, so like put for Jackson and Johnson County area.
Yes, and then
Okay.
just try it, see how it does.
Okay.
I gave myself a week to see how my numbers went, but it didn't even take a week. It took like maybe 2-3 days, and I saw a difference.
Okay, I gotta go back in and then change a few things then. I'm glad I didn't like launch it yet because I'm still working on it, so.
Yes.
Wow, that's a really good tip. Adding the name. And there's, I guess, only so many characters that you have to play with, right?
Yes, and I did. Mine has quite a few in there, but I didn't care. I put it in there and it's worked.
I mean, that's a really, really good tip, you guys. So definitely try that out and see what happens. I think I'm still in Google My Business jail on I gotta start a whole another situation. All right, what else we got? Anybody else? What do we got? What do we got? Adrian, yes.
I have noticed on my Google My Business page that it has, I just put the city I live in, but it found my address. I don't want my address actually where I live on Google My Business page because I didn't want, it exposed like that. So I guess I got to apply for a virtual address and use
well, with Google, they're supposed to keep that address like at the beginning when you're very first signing up. It should have asked you if you are do customers come to you or do you go to them? Something like that. Then once you answer that question, they're going to still ask you for your address, but they have a little disclaimer that says we won't publish this address. But so you're saying that they did?
Maybe I need to go back in and look at it again because I'm looking at my Google My Business page right now. Can I share?
Yeah.
Okay, how do I share here?
And okay, so Brittany also just put a link in the chat on how to hide your Google My Business.
Okay, great. So
I mean, here's your personal address. I'm sorry, on Google My Business.
Okay, so here's my Google My Business. And it has the darn near where I live.
Oh, okay. So it didn't publish your address, but it did identify your roundabout location.
Yep.
Well, I don't know that you're going to be able to get around that part.
But see, I just put here. See, I just put for here. See, I just put that information right there.
Yeah.
That's not Google My Business right there though. That looks like she typed in her geographical address to her house. Because Google My Business doesn't do that.
It was in Google My Business, so okay, I have to go back in. Okay, okay, that means I have to go back in and see if I can edit that then.
And this is your actual website.
That's a website. That looked like a website, not Google My Business.
Right. On your website, you type in your address and they put in the address for her.
Maybe this is the free website that they created for me.
Yeah, it's a free website. It's the free website. So this is different from your Google My Business.
Oh. Okay, because I did basically the same thing you did to find it when you did the other young ladies. You typed in here. Okay, if I wanted to find my Google My Business page, don't I just type it here?
No, you actually need to log in your G Suite, your Gmail account. Go to the Gmail account associated with your Google My Business. And then from there,
click the 4 squares that it should give you an icon that said Google My Business.
Okay, I'm here. So what I do now?
click on that square.
Click right there, and it should. There you go, My Business.
Yeah, you go. Now this is your Google My Business page. So it says here you requested a verification postcard back on April the 14th. So your verification postcard is on the way. And what you've told Google is Westchester, Illinois 60154. So you haven't given them any. So your personal address is safe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where you see that at? Oh, right here, right here.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Now, if you start to do any changes to this, what may happen is they may need to send you another verification. So if I were you, I would wait until you get that verification code and then enter it here. But nonetheless, even if you go back and have to edit it for any reason, you're 9 times out of 10 going to get another verification postcard sent.
Okay. So how does their free business page work? It is literally free, huh?
Yeah, but here's the thing. Nobody knows it's there unless you tell them about it.
Oh.
So you still have to, it does help with your SEO. It will do it will definitely help with the SEO because it's out on the interwebs. But as far as your customers, your Google My Business customers, it may help them when they search, it may help them to find you. So it's still going to be good. But on a grander scale, most people won't even know it's there until you let them know.
So how do they find you?
Well, when Google,
I mean, like regular customers, the customers that you don't know.
Most notary requests on that most people have in the day-to-day will go to Google and search for a notary near them. And when they do that, Google wants to bring results up that are close to that person. So that's how most people will find just the average notary for, a general notary work, power of attorney or whatever. They're going to go to Google, do a notary near me search. And then from there, those notaries who have Google My Businesses set up that indicate that they are notaries will be the ones that show up. Good questions. All right, Adrian, was that it? I think you're on mute.
Crazy. I had to figure this out to do a little bit more, customize your emails. So I guess I haven't got any stats yet because I haven't put anything out here and I haven't put in the code. So
yeah, wait on that verification code to come and definitely go through your Google My Business and update it. But what I would do, since you've already requested verification, is I would wait and get that verification code before I went in and started doing anything. That's just me personally, just simply because you've already got that in motion. But if you want to, feel free to go in and update. Just understand that they may send you another verification code.
Okay.
All right, who we got next?
Miss
Yes,
Monica,
any
this
questions?
is a side note. When's your birthday? This has nothing to do with notary, but when's your birthday, Miss Monica?
Girl, I am so happy you asked.
Okay.
My birthday is in July. On the
You a Cancer? You a Cancer?
I am. I'm a Cancer. I was born under the crab. So I will be celebrating the entire month of July.
Okay, that's
It's
so
July.
funny.
What date in July?
July 9th is my birthday.
Mine is the 14th.
Okay. Okay,
Mine is the
July.
5th.
Okay.
All right,
July
My
the
spirit
5th.
said X, so I had to ask.
Jennifer W, you're up.
Yes. Do you, well, before you mention your birthday, do you have a certain type of scent you like?
Girl, stop. Don't be trying to know. I don't have a scent. I like.
You don't?
No, I'm not gonna know. I like no. I like plant-based soaps, so.
Okay.
Jennifer, let me get Jennifer W's hand up. She's been so patient.
All right.
Thank you, everyone. I asked in the group, but I also just wanted to ask because I have my first general notary assignment tomorrow that came from Google My Business. I'm so excited. So it feels like stuff is happening with that. I'm sorry?
Oh, I said high five.
Oh yeah, high five. But the thing is, I am using my Square chip that came in, but I still need to set up my item list. Is anyone able to just give me a rundown what they have itemized on their Square, so I can edit that tonight? And I had another question, but I guess I can ask that one later.
Let's do it.
Thank you.
Here we come, Square. All right, so let's look at Square. And let's go real quick in there and figure out how to set up at least. And remember, when I set up my Square initially, guess what I did? I typed acknowledgement as an item and I typed jurat as an item. But guess what? When people go to your Square site and they see that stuff, they don't know what an acknowledgement or jurat is. Uh-oh. So we want to make sure that we realize that our customers are going to be looking at this Square site, right? So once you log into Square and create your Square account, folks, it's very important for you to create your Square account. It's free for you to do. Just like Jennifer, order your Square reader. You want to present a professional image when you're out in the field doing general notary work. So here is where you end up. This is your dashboard. And what Jennifer is referring to is in this section here called items. So you want to go there. This is assuming you've already set up your profile and all of these other things, okay? And here I have all of this fancy dancy language, credible witness, last will and testament. Oh, that's something different, power of attorney. So in order to set up your items, you go here over to the right where it says create an item. And you call your item what it is. And my recommendation would be just to keep it simple. Any suggestions from anyone thinking
Notary.
like okay. Notarization. Right?
Ink, fingerprint.
So let's get this one put in first, right? So let's give a description. What does, Jennifer, what does a notarization mean to you? Does that mean a single stamp, 2 signatures, up to 2 signatures? Talk to me a little bit about that.
Okay, well, yeah, for California, I was thinking, like you said earlier, break it down to either acknowledgement or jurat. I guess if you could do an under category, but yeah, acknowledgement, and that'll be $15 for per signature. So it's not stamped, it's per signature.
Bless you.
God bless you.
So you want to take,
Bless you.
bless you. You want to take and explain to the consumer what they're getting with this acknowledgement, right? They're not going to understand what an acknowledgement is anyway. So that's why I kind of recommend notarization, because that's all they understand. They need something notarized. They don't know that it's an acknowledgement or a jurat. I was being fancy when I set mine up, but I realized you have to think like the customer, and they don't know what all that stuff means. So excuse me. So, but whatever you decide to call your item, be sure you give a good explanation of what it is that you're going to be doing, right? And then you come down here and you tell them how much it's going to cost. So in California, what can you charge for an acknowledgement?
It's $15 per acknowledgement.
Okay. So your statutory fees, which we can discuss, are $15 per acknowledgement in your state. So you would put that there. Then you would come over and save it. And then it would show up in your list of items, right? So then when you go back to your dashboard and you go to your site, let me go see where it's at here. How do you do this? I think it's online. Is that it? I want you to see what the customer, and then go back out and see what the customer is going to see when it comes to your site. Let's see here.
Monica, I have my Square page.
Okay.
Yeah, me too. Because mine's is more detailed. Yeah, mine's is. Yeah, go ahead, Sebastian. What were you saying? I apologize.
I have my list up of all the services I have for Square.
Okay, let me give you the stop sharing and let me let you show Jennifer what yours looks like. And then we got Martina next. Oh, Amy remembered. So we'll go to Amy after Sebastian shows you his screen, Jennifer. Okay, so did it let you share yet? No. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Can you guys see my square screen, or is it not sharing?
No,
I can see it.
Yeah, we can see it.
I can
Thank
see
you.
it.
I'm gonna do a print screen. And I
Oh, I
guess
put
another thing, I'll put this as a question, but I see your travel fees. Do you guys do like 5 miles, like $5 for 5 miles? I'm still so confused on travel fees, but I guess that's neither here nor there.
The way I have mine, instead of like items, I put mine as services. I do have a few items. If I have to make a copy, it's $1 per page. If it's a loose certificate, it's $1 per page. For like anyone that requests a notarial record, a state says we can only charge 50 cents per page. So I have those there, but everything else I have under services. So I have acknowledgement. Then a normal acknowledgement for us is $6, and then any additional is $1. And then certification copy, deposition, jurat, everything else.
So Sebastian, when you click on yours though, does it have any information like an acknowledgement? When you click on acknowledgement for yours, what does it say?
I don't know if I
your
fleshed out.
Oh,
I
see,
did.
yeah, so mine look like yours. Go ahead.
Yeah, I did put some stuff in here. I haven't finished out everything else, and I don't know that everything on here is actually visible to the customer. I'm not sure if I made everything visible to the customer or not, or if it automatically is. But I do have it on here.
Mine's is though, like how yours, and it is visible to the customer.
Can we see your booking site?
I don't know if I've set that up yet, because I did this part and I have my Square Reader, but I haven't done anything else as far as the booking.
Gotcha. See,
So
that's important, you guys. It's important to remember that your customers are going to be just, John and Jane Doe public, right? They're not going to be real knowledgeable about the terms and things that we use. So if you do decide to use the industry specific terminologies, it's going to be very important for you to use that description box to explain what it is you're talking about. And it looked like Sebastian had done a good job of that with the acknowledgement. He gave an understanding to the reader on what exactly that was.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Then as far as your question about mileage, I charge $1 per mile. My limit is 10 for any general notary is I'll go up to 10 miles. I've been debating whether I should go 5 or 10, but right now it's at 10. And then anything after that is $1 a mile. So, but that's just the way I do it. All right.
Yes, that helps. Thank you.
All right, Amy, you're up. You there, Amy?
Helps if I unmute.
There we are.
Okay, hold on.
And I'll check the chat. See if I've got anybody I'm missing in here from questions.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Multiple. I hear it on multiple levels here.
It looked like she's in the room twice. I see her name twice. Okay, she's gone now. Okay, I see one now.
Is that better? Oh my
Now,
gosh.
yeah,
Okay. So I wasn't planning to get on the computer and actually demonstrate. However, I utilize the Square appointment program. They prepay, so it is set. I'm done. I get my money ahead of time. It's all calculated ahead. I don't have to worry about if they cancel because they pay me to schedule the appointment. Do you want to see that?
Yes.
Yes, I would love that.
Okay, hold on here. Let me.
Yes, please.
I'm popping into my website here. One moment. All right. So on my website, my base landing page is different from Square. However, it used to be the traditional. So, you know, obviously you can see I specialize in remote notarization. That's all I do. I don't go to you. You come to me online. Okay. So as a remote notary, I can click schedule a notarization and it'll give me options. So I can say, I want just a general notary, I want a real estate package, a buyer's or a seller's, and I can select from there. And then I can say book now, and it'll select from the available staff, which I have 4 notaries on my staff right now. So it'll tell me who's available at any moment. Maybe continue, that helps maybe. So I can hit book now for any staff member. I can click the date. I can say, I want 10 o'clock tomorrow morning, and it's going to tell me Crystal is the available notary tomorrow morning. Do you see it over here on the left-hand side?
Yes, yes.
Okay. And then it will book with her. If I were to go back and say, I want, let's say I don't want just any staff member, I want myself, because, you know, I'm conceited. It will give me the times. I can select the time. It'll tell me the date. It's going to tell me that there is a prepayment required of $35 to secure your appointment. That prepayment is non-refundable. You can reschedule with me. That's cool. But don't book with me and not show up.
Love
okay?
Teach girl, what? How did you do this? How did you?
That. I like that.
I like
Love
that too. That's
it.
some,
I loved it.
yeah, this is good.
And this is all through Square, Miss Amy, correct?
It is, and it's free through Square.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can just call Square customer service, and did they help you set this up, or you did it on your own?
No, I did it on my own. Hold on here. Let me sign in. So if I actually log into the back office, I can go to online. Hold on. Give me a moment.
Appointments.
Amy, I saw you have tips. Do you ever get tips?
I do. I get tips all the time.
That's awesome.
Me too.
All right. So if I go to online, once you're in your Square dashboard, you can click online and you can click design your website, design now, and it will allow you to create your back end.
Got it.
This is my
That's
old
great. I like that.
old website,
Oh, that's cool.
online notarization, utilizing innovation and technology, legal in all 50 states and some foreign countries, and then book now would take them to that booking site. You can create your page for free on Square. You can add in extra features. You can have it direct to your main URL. So if you have a GoDaddy or whatever website that you have, you can actually customize it where they don't auto forward to any location. It's immediate. Once they click your link, they're there. I was cheap. I did it basic. It was cyberdocs.square.site was my URL. I didn't have any issues with clients. Now, I've grown since I started this, as most businesses plan to. So the Square site is still there. It's still free. It's still available, but it's not my landing page anymore. It tells other aspects.
This looks really, really good, guys. This, especially the part about prepaying. Martina, you've been patient. You got your hand up. Did you have a question about this that we can add to it?
Oh, no, mine was actually about SnapDocs, but I think I figured it out. But yeah, this is phenomenal here. Oh
This
my
is
goodness.
Really, this when it comes to business and being putting a professional foot forward, this is amazing. Zara, you got your hand up?
Yes, ma'am. Miss Amy, I wanted to know, so you got your website created now, the new one, and then you embedded the book now to your Square. Is that correct?
I created, so if you go to, hold on here. If you go to in your back office and you go to your calendar, hold on here. You can actually get like your link to your calendar and you can book directly to it. So I can say my appointments, and then I can say calendar. I can schedule when I'm available and when I'm not, or when any of my team members are available and when they're not. Settings.
So my question is, the website that you showed us originally, that was created with Square or without? Yeah, this is this a Square website or is this your own personal website? And then the schedule of notarization populates to your Square calendar to book you.
So this website is not, I paid to have it developed. However, the link for schedule and notarization connects to the Square booking.
That's what I wanted to know. Okay, so okay. Super.
In the Square booking calendar, I can do all of those settings. I can say, so for instance, I do remote notary. So I want every half hour, they can schedule an appointment. They have to do 2 hours in advance and they can schedule up to 60 days in advance. So I can't get a booking more than 2 hours from right now, but it's all remote. So everything I do is on the computer. Okay.
And Miss Amy, my next question too, when are you going to host our next Square class? No, I'm just playing.
That was a good question,
No, the
Zara.
next question is, Amy, when are you going to deploy your platform?
Well, I know it's next month, right? It's next month.
Exactly.
Yeah, I'm already on. I'm ready. I'm in the funnel.
Square. I will give you all the info you need on Square, but once you get on the platform, I pay for it all.
Yeah, but you got to help us know. Every notary nerd ain't gonna be on the platform. I'm gonna be on there on Cyber.
Oh, come on, I want you all there.
Okay.
Rita, thank you for being so patient. You got a question?
Yes. So, quick question in reference to Miss Amy saying that she does not go to clients, the clients come to her. So when she said that, I was thinking, do you work with signing services, and do those signing services send their clients to you to do their closings remotely only, or are you receiving clients to do closings like independently? So homeowners are reaching out to you to do their real estate closings and things like that. How does that work?
Good question.
The answer is both. I have multiple signing agencies that contact me because I can work with some of the Ohio's laws allow me a little bit of leniency, quite honestly. So that gives me the ability to work with some that have issues with KBA processing. So title agencies reach out to me when they can't pass KBA.
Okay. And that stands for knowledge-based authentication, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Or ID credentialing, correct.
Yes, ma'am.
So most platforms require a social. Most platforms require a credit history. Most platforms require a United States generated ID. And that limits a lot of clients. So if you don't have a state that allows for exceptions, you can't move forward with an online notarization.
Okay. So, yeah, I was just wondering because a lot of these signing services, I was just speaking to a client today about it, about the waste of paper. The client was talking about it, saying that this can be done electronically. And we were just kind of having a brief conversation about how some states are doing this completely electronic. She's right, it can be done electronically. I was just trying to figure out how it would work with the signing services, and if they still pay your regular fee since everything is being done electronically, but it looks like they are.
So in general, typically I charge the industry standard for the closings, whether it's a buyer or a seller. That is done electronically. I get basically the same price as what you get when you print and go to the location, okay? However, I get more seller packages than buyer because there's questionable, banks have issues with the legalities of electronic signatures and whether they can foreclose on a loan that was done with an electronic signature versus a loan that was done with a wet signature. So you don't see as many buyers packages in a RON platform that you do with sellers, because the seller has no loan package, there's no issues. You see more of them than you do of a mortgage document. Not to say that it doesn't happen. I did one for the other day. Oh my gosh, I thought printing and going to the place was a lot of work, but seriously, drag and dropping signatures for a mortgage document for a federal loan is a whole lot more work. But it's going to get there. The question is, who's responsible for the drag and drop? And that comes down to the platform.
Right. So speaking of platforms, the platform that you use, is it a platform that you built yourself, or are you using a platform that was already there? What platform are you using?
I built my own, and it's opening nationwide July 1st.
Oh, I just realized what Amy this is. Oh, okay. Now I know who you are. I just looked at the name. I'm like, wait.
I'm really trying, Monica. I'm really trying not to self promote, but
I know. Okay, I know what Amy. So now, okay, I know who it is now. All right, yeah, Amy. I'm on your list actually. Yeah, okay. So I know. We're still waiting for Pennsylvania to act right. So I'm just waiting.
And I still ain't heard from them either.
They're horrible. They're horrible.
Amy. Just for clarification, that was in the Facebook group, because we have those rules and regs in the Facebook group. But here we're on this call when people are asking questions and want to know more. Absolutely, feel free. Absolutely, because this is exciting. I really would love for you to give us a peek into the platform, honestly. So because I'm on the list waiting as well. Zara, did you have another question, or is your hand still up from the last time?
No, I have another question for Miss Amy. Can I ask her? Wait. Go ahead and ask Miss Monica.
No, go ahead.
Okay, super. So Miss Amy, when you open up on July 1st, is the concept, because I'm already on Notarized. So I wanted to know when we all get on the platform, will the calls be coming up to us as fast as Notarized, or they're going to be scheduled appointments, or how are you going to be dispersing the calls to all the notaries nationwide?
Okay, so really high level here is that's up to the end user. The end user is going to be able to filter. Do you speak their language? Are you in the state they're looking for? Are they able to connect to you? It doesn't matter how long you've been on the platform, because we're new. I don't care how long you've been a notary. You're paying your fee. You're getting the calls. So I really don't want to turn this into a sales call. And in a response to Monica's comment, I totally want to do a demonstration. We are finalizing the aspects of the website right now. I hope to be able to do a demo in about 3 weeks. So I'm like pushing really hard because I've really put a lot of thought and effort into this.
So
In
my next
short-
question. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. In
Go
short.
ahead.
Oh,
In
so what I
short,
was.
everyone has
okay.
the same opportunity with our website. You don't have to maintain a certain level. You don't have to get to a gold standard. If the user wants you, they're going to get you.
Okay. That's awesome. So for your platform, it will be like the Uber of Notary. So I can log in and off when I want to do an appointment, or how I guess we're gonna. I'll wait till the demo comes.
You got it.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
That's exactly what I was going with. I want to be the Uber of notaries. But not only can you offer notary service, but like say you're on vacation and you're in Florida and everyone's asleep and you're sitting here awake, you can log in and you can say, I'm available. And it'll say, you have a notarization. Well, you're not in your state, so you have to say no, right?
Wow.
But then it's going to say you have a witness opportunity. You can make money as a witness just as well as making money as a notary.
This is getting ready.
This is awesome.
Yes, I'm done. I'm sorry. I just wanted to bring up there's multiple levels. Okay.
Gotcha. Jamie, you got your hand up. Thank you for being patient.
Okay. I had just wanted to add a tip, maybe it'll be helpful. I was playing around over the weekend and I have Cash App because I do the general notary, and some of my clients have said that they don't have cash on them. And I know a lot of them always asking about the Cash App. So I created a Cash App up under my business's name. So if they want to pay with Cash App, it will go directly to my business Cash App. And that way I can keep track of everything and notarize it as well. So I'm not sure if that would have been helpful to anyone. But we're in South Carolina and like everybody uses Cash App here.
Here's how I feel about Cash App. I have heard that some people will challenge a Cash App fee on the back end and sometimes would be successful in that. And it's a lot easier for people to get you on Cash App than it is in a Square transaction. What I mean by get you is, oh, I didn't want to pay her $50 and cancel. Cash App allows for that ease of messing with your money. So I don't really, for my own personal business reasons, I don't use Cash App to conduct business. When my instructors are invoicing me, I'm not Cash Apping anybody. I am invoicing and it's going to my account, or, just because for that reason, I don't want any funny business. But that's just me. Has anybody else had any type of experience with Cash App with people paying and then retracting the money? Has anybody had that experience?
Yeah, I have. It was from a personal standpoint, not a business standpoint, but I have business bank accounts for my notary business. However, what happened was I had just randomly sold a recliner and they came, picked it up, everything. They were great, wonderful. And then several days later, I got a rejection. So I will be transparent and just say when they came to pick it up, they were trying to more so how do I say it? Like making advances towards me. And I was just saying, oh, thank you so much, but are you good? Is everything strapped in? Just trying to get them off my property. Right. But so I guess because I declined, the offers to go out or what have you, they went back and took the funds back. And I did try to make the exchange with Cash App, and I told them what happened. And they were just basically saying, we are so sorry that happened to you, and you were just out of luck. So I do not use Cash App for business, but if I do, because it is very popular, what I tend to do is I have my calendar online. They have to book it 3 days out. You have to pay for it right then, but you're not going to be able to have the actual appointment until it clears and it's in my account. And then also on all of my invoices, I say no refunds. So in case they try to challenge it, I make sure that that's in there. Now, of course, if there's some type of notarial act that was my fault, then I will go back, but otherwise, no. So that's how I rectified that. Otherwise, they have to do it through one of my, other online transactions that's like more sound, like you said, Square. I use Stripe, things like that.
Jamie, that's a good, I'm very glad that you brought that up because Cash App is very, very, very popular, but we definitely need to be aware because, it's so hard for us to get clients to pay what we're charging, and we just don't want to get out there and have people, that know how to game the system start taking your money back, and then it being impossible for you to even have any kind of recourse.
Okay, and then what I need to add, what I do, I set my own self a limit of as to what I will accept Cash App offers for, and I try not to go over $20, and then that is I make it known that it's non-refundable, and I immediately, once I see and get the notice that the money is there, I go ahead and cash it out to my account. So it's no longer there. It's not even there for them to even try to take it back. I immediately go and transfer it. And then also, I also have PayPal has that if you have a business, they'll give you the free. It's almost like Square, but their device is a little bit different. You don't have to stick it in your phone, because I have an iPhone, but I don't have the part where I can stick the Square device in. So I have PayPal, and they have like a little small card reader, and it's rechargeable, and they can just swipe the card. And I keep it in my bag as well, and it's linked to my business bank account as well.
I love that. Very smart. Love that. Thank you for sharing those tips, Jamie.
Yes,
Amy, we have put a vote out, and we want you to come out and vote and do the Square calendaring prepayment training over at Notary Nerds. Are you up for it?
Oh, sure. As long as I can figure it out to do it again, because it took me a while to figure out how to do it.
Because everybody when you were going through it, I was looking through the chat, and everybody, the consensus was real. We want you to come and get us squared away, no pun intended, on that whole situation. So, and for those of you guys who have not yet and are interested in Ron, make sure you do go and get on the wait list to cyberizeit.com. I'm on the list. I've got my whole online commission in process. This platform to me sounds like it's going to be forward thinking from a notary's perspective, just already with some of the things that I'm hearing. Some of the other platforms are thinking maybe from more of a technology perspective. So this is going to really, I think, kind of disrupt what's happening in the platform.
Revolutionize.
Exactly.
Girl, you about to be the next. You about to be my billionaire friend, Miss Amy.
Exactly. We're all gonna rub elbows.
Okay.
Okay.
So in hearing all of this, okay. So someone asked one of the questions I had. So my next question then is, what type of computer, what kind of camera, what kind of devices would you all recommend? Because I noticed in signing up for Ron, it asks what provider are you going to use, things of that nature. And I'm here in Arizona, so if anybody could help me out with
all right.
that.
You had a little bit of
so then up this. Oh, I'm sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, rewind that a little bit because it kind of broke up.
Okay, I'm sorry. All right, so my question is about the Ron, and so when I go to the state of Arizona site for commissions for Ron, it says what device are you going to use? Are you going to use Notarize? Are you going to use they gave me like 5 different options. So which one would I need to use in order to be better suited to do the cyber? It's the one that Amy is offering.
I am glad you're interested. However, I haven't gotten the Secretary of State of Arizona to respond to me. So I haven't been able to create the application process to be approved. And you have to be approved. So it's not on my first phase.
Okay.
Simply because I haven't heard from them.
Okay, so do I need to reach out to them and have them reach out to you?
Yes, definitely. Have them reach out to me. I've emailed them, I've called them. I haven't gotten a response. So, at this point, I'm kind of focusing on rolling out what I got and then moving forward from there.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Awesome. Jamie, do you still have your hand up from before, or did you have a new question? Nope. All right, Martina got her question answered. And then Devani in the chat is asking, is it going to be in all 50 states? Amy, is it going to be, it just sounds like she may have some states that she's still working on.
Okay, are you ready? I give you a list.
Perfect.
So Maryland, I applied, but I have to have been in business for 3 years. So I'm working on that. I might have a loophole, but I haven't gotten that validated yet. Virginia, Ohio, Tennessee, Florida, Texas, Alaska, Arizona, Minnesota, North Dakota, Wyoming, Idaho, Oregon, and Washington are going to be in the first phase.
Nice. And everybody, just, you know, Sebastian just typed all of that out into the chat if you guys want to look at it.
Yeah, and it's on the website too, on her website.
The second phase requires a demonstration of the product to the state to be approved. And that's Utah, Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, Mississippi, and Iowa. Once I do the demo, it will be approved, but I can't say that I'm approved until next month.
Gotcha.
Now, that being said, Colorado and a couple other states require biometrics. I can enact that, but it costs me more per transaction to enact that before it's going. So they're going to be later, only because of technicalities.
B, you got your hand up.
I was just gonna say, other than Connie, because I know Connie's already coming, we're doing the meet and greet this Saturday. Excited. Sebastian hasn't said if he's gonna come or not. We're hoping. Anybody else from Texas that is near the Dallas-Fort Worth area that might be interested in coming? We have the event listed on there, so it's gonna be on Saturday. I was just maybe hoping that somebody else was in the group that was interested in going. That's all.
I do plan on being there. I don't know. I thought I said so, but yeah, that's already on my calendar. So.
Okay, cool beans. Yeah. So we're gonna get some pictures, huh?
If you need to be there a little to help out, let me know.
Okay, cool. Well, it's at 12:30, but Connie's gonna show up at like 12, and I'm gonna hopefully be there by 12 so we can catch a couple of tables, and hopefully we've got everybody who said they're gonna come. Hopefully they come. I'm so excited. I don't know what we're gonna talk about, but excited.
I cannot wait to see all these pictures, you guys. I love that you're getting this together, B. Thank you so much for doing that. You're ready. You're up next.
The remote online. So you have to get commissioned in all these states?
Mm-hmm.
You do?
You have to be commissioned in your own state. So like, an example would be California, Kansas, or South Carolina don't allow it. Other states allow it temporarily, but there are 33 states that allow their notaries to be a remote online notary. If you're commissioned in one of those 33 states, then you could, actually make a business of it.
Okay, because I'm only commissioned here right now, just in Missouri and Kansas. I was just curious.
Tamika, you got your hand up.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone. I had a question for Amy. I was wondering, can she get run in Illinois? So will her platform reach to Illinois?
I don't have Illinois on my list yet, only because the last I knew they were temporary. Do you know more than me?
I do not. I heard that it was temporary.
Yeah.
I do believe, I know a bunch, I think a lot of people want to start
going to the Secretary of State, to ask for like increases and stuff like that. So, but I'm not, Illinois is really fickle. So I don't know.
I totally get it. At this moment, it's not on my radar. Only because there's not legislation behind it to support it.
That is true.
Okay, thank you.
Jamie, you got your hand up. You're next.
Earlier, I don't know how. I'm still learning how to work the Zoom.
Oh,
I'm
was
not
it
sure
just
how
up
to.
to last time?
Yes, ma'am. I'm not sure how to take it
Oh, no,
off.
that's okay. I can lower it for you. I just wanted to make sure if you had another question. You
Oh,
guys,
no, ma'am. Thank you.
you're welcome. You guys, this whole Ron thing is serious. Like, I think it's going to open up a whole lot of opportunity, especially for those notaries who go ahead and who can get their Ron commissions in their states and do it, because you're going to be a part of that wave, that first wave. Because there are still some people who aren't really too much paying attention to Ron. They're kind of, they know it's there. They know their state lets them do it, but they're not really gung-ho going after it because it is kind of daunting. You got all these platforms, you got all of these options, you got to jump through these hoops and hold your pinky up and breathe and all these different things at the same time. And so a lot of times human nature is to go to the path of least resistance. Let me just sign up with a signing service and go try to do loan signings. But the reality of it is Ron, I'm telling you, Ron is going to be the wave of the future. And, with the marketing that we're doing to some of these attorneys and being able to have that Ron ability, having that ability to service clients online, I think that's going to be something that the attorneys that we're marketing to are going to like, for those of us who are able to get commission for Ron. So definitely sign up for I can't say the name. Cyberize it.
Cyberize it. Don't just notarize it. Cyberize it.
I love it. Now I remember it. Martina, you got your hand up.
All right. So then that brings me to another question. So you're saying that Ron is the wave of the future. So while Arizona does participate in it, go ahead and sign up through a service until we can get cyberized it and the Secretary of State to communicate. But in the meantime, still do it so that I can gain the experience and be part of the first wave.
Yeah. If it's legal,
can I answer this?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so Arizona says that the notary is responsible for ensuring that the platform they choose is appropriate and will adhere to the laws. And the Arizona does not approve or deny any program. Okay.
Oh, fantastic.
So you as a notary are responsible to ensure that the program will adhere to all of the standards by law, that the program will it will hold the files for as long as you need, and that the program will legally meet your needs. They don't approve a program. So when we as Cyberize it roll out on July 1st, I can assure you and I can provide you proof that we will meet or exceed the needs of Arizona. However, you should know that not all Ron platforms are the same, and not all Ron platforms are universal. Some require long-term contracts. Some require purchases from third-party vendors to create your digital certificate or your digital seal. So you really need to button it down a little bit more than I'm in Arizona and this is what my state law says, because every state is different. Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I can't like go into huge differences, and I don't want to make this all about me, but you really need to know what you're looking at. Some Ron providers will lock you into a 3-year contract.
Woo. Okay.
Okay. So
Okay.
really look at what you're doing It doesn't matter who you choose. That's not my goal here. My goal here is to educate. Okay.
Right, right. And then
There
I
are
just want
some RON providers that will provide a month-to-month service
okay,
that will facilitate your needs. But there are some that will put that little tiny terminology in the contract and it'll hold you liable. So
oh, wow.
definitely
So
look,
ask
definitely
questions.
read, definitely make sure you know what you're doing.
Wow, I
Okay,
didn't know
thank
that they could
you.
tie you up like that. Let's see here. Zara has her hand up.
It's interesting that Arizona just kind of passed the buck onto the notary to kind of be sure it all fits everything. But you know, it's like the state, well, we're going to watch you and be sure you're doing everything right, but it's your responsibility. I just find that kind of interesting.
Sebastian, I will tell you, it's not uncommon. In hold on, 14 states, that's the legislation. Ohio, one of them, which is where I am. So 14 states say it's the buck stops at the notary. You are personally responsible for the platform, no matter what you choose. There are 7 states. Do you want me to list them?
Yeah, I definitely want to hear the
Okay.
states that don't.
All right. So there are 7 states that actually require the approval of the state, which is Utah, Wisconsin, Michigan, Indiana, Kentucky, Mississippi, and Iowa.
Tennessee, I thought did as well, right?
No, Tennessee, the buck stops with the notary.
Okay. So on our
So there's 14 states that the buck stops with the notary. Do you want to hear those?
Let's hold up a second.
Okay.
So when we're talking about the buck stopping with the notary, when the Secretary of State says that they have to approve the platform, what is that if the buck stops with the notary?
So I will give you, for instance, so in Ohio, as I was getting new notaries to join my demo platform, Ohio asked, well, what do you mean they adhere to the laws? So I sent them a letter and I gave them an explanation of what I did. And they said, oh, okay, that sounds good. And that was the end of it. At the end of the day, when you put your seal on the document, you are certifying multiple things. You're certifying that you had live audio visual communication with that client. You are certifying that they passed whatever qualifiers your state requires. If you are a state that requires that you can bypass KBA, cool. If you're a state that requires that it doesn't, cool. You're saying you approved that aspect. If you are putting your seal on the document, you're saying that provider is providing an an X.509 signature validation, which is a technical term, and it means that if you have that soft copy, you can click on that signature and validate that signature and or seal of the notary, no matter the document. In addition, you are confirming that you validated the person, that documentation, that signing was done of their own free will, that you performed their oath, or if necessary, or validated their ID personally by looking at it through the alternate aspect of any remote notary platform. So any good remote notary platform is going to give you the option to see the ID that person used for validation. And I will tell you that's important because, quite honestly, I'm going to confess, I am a hacker. Okay. I am a hacker by trade. I met my husband because I hacked Yahoo. Okay. I am an IT person. All right. So that being said, I did a remote notarization through a platform. I used my daughter's credentials, but I used my physical ID and I passed. And that made me stressed.
Wow.
Not
Janae,
only did that make me stressed, but the fact that I can alter some physical documents after they've been notarized makes me stressed as a remote notary. So you really need to look at, what does my platform do? How can I break it? Because that's really what you need to attest to. If you can't break your platform, then it is an exceptional platform.
Janae, you got your hand up.
Yes, I wanted to know, how is it too late for me to get on Amy's platform?
I don't think so. Amy, did you put the link in the chat for people that want to sign up and get on the waiting
I
list?
did, but you're more than welcome to keep joining cyberize.com.
Cyberize.com. Okay. Thank you.
And B's got her hand up.
I wanted to get onto a different subject real quick, and I thought maybe you might be able to answer this, because I'm researching like field inspection and just a lot of different stuff that goes along with that. And something I keep coming up with is something called an REO inspection. Since you've got a real estate background, I was wondering if you, or maybe somebody else who has a real estate background, knows what kind of inspection that is. So it just says something.
REO
Yeah,
stands for real estate owned, and that is a bank owned property. And the bank may be in one state and the property may be in another state, and they need somebody to go and take pictures of the property, maybe before or after the property preservation team has come in and secured the property for verification. They need to see those things. So they'll be asked to take pictures of the property, to, certain aspects of the property, and then send them back so that the asset manager at the bank knows what they're dealing with.
Okay, so the REO threw me. I was like, I can't figure out what that means. Everybody's got it all over. That makes sense. So real estate owned. Okay.
Yeah.
Easy.
I put that in the chat earlier, Monica, about field inspections, because I've only had one. And that's really what I like to do, since I have the background as a insurance adjuster. But I'm finding a hard time, getting those jobs.
I'm signing up directly on the websites on several of them, but they're difficult to find.
I'm with Sophie.
I've been searching.
Yeah, I'm with Sophie and two more, and they're not coming. So I need to probably go back, as Monica say, pivot, go back and look for some more, because those are easy. Those are
that's a directory, right? That's you're not signing up. Did you sign up with any of the companies directly as a vendor?
I haven't. I signed up with two, but I haven't received anything from them. I did get some hits off of Sophie. Two of them was too far for me to go for the price they wanted to pay. One of them was in Miami, and it was a REO, and that was easy. I went in, took pictures, and uploaded them, and that was it. And I got paid.
All right, Jennifer's got her hand up.
Okay, yes. Pivoting to another subject. Sorry about the cheerings. But does anyone do immigration form specialist? I know that's something that's been offered by the NNA. And if so, do you have any experience or insight? And do you have to speak a second language? Because I saw someone else who just signed up for the NNA, and they do immigration form.
Anybody doing immigration forms actively? Anybody doing immigration forms actively? Georgette?
I am. Actually, I'll be doing my first one on Friday, I-9. And I know tomorrow there's a webinar, an I-9 training at 11 a.m. through, I think it's USCIS? So I will be doing my first one on Friday, the I-9 verification.
Jennifer, that website, did you say, okay, say that again one time, Georgette.
Okay, okay, hold on. Let me bring it up real fast. Like, make sure
Okay.
it's the right line. Hold on just a minute. 99. Uh-oh.
And then, Adrienne, while Ms. Georgette is looking that up, you can go ahead and ask your question. We've got about 16 minutes left, so we're going to keep it brief, and then Zara, and then we're going to close it out.
I just signed up for do field inspections, and I have got 2 contracts right now. I signed up with Quick Track, and I signed up with another one. And I just completed their training, and I have I have to submit my paperwork, and they require you to have, they require you to have an EIN and things of that nature. And I just put field inspections in Indeed, and I read them, and that's how I found them. I'm gonna try these 2 out and see how they go.
And that was, what was the name of them again?
Let me go my quick time.
Can you put them in the chat if you know the name?
Yeah, if you could drop those in the chat. And let's go back to Georgette. Thank you very much for sharing
Okay,
that.
I'm putting it in the chat.
And Georgette's putting that in the chat, which means we can go to Zara for the final question. Zara, go ahead.
Awesome. I wanted to know if anyone was participating in the NNA virtual conference.
Melinda,
I am. Me. Oh, in the comments. Awesome. I'm gonna buy tonight. Thank you.
I plan on it. I just got to pay for the course.
Awesome. Okay, so that's it. And I'm going to take over these last 15 minutes because I want to put some feelers out there to see if anybody would be interested in developing their own platform. Georgette is going to be the very first person that I work with on establishing her platform. Georgette's been teaching at Notary Nerd University, the government contracting aspect, for the last several months. And she needs a place to be able to flesh things out. Not only that, what Georgette has as far as the government contracting knowledge is way bigger than just the notary space. So I'm super excited about marketing her content to all these other different industries. That having been said, I'm looking for, because I get a lot of questions, I get a lot of text messages, emails, phone calls. I need a mentor. Do you mentor? And I'm like, no, I'm not even doing loan signings. I don't, and so I've still been trying to figure out this whole mentorship thing. So instead of me trying to figure out a mentorship thing, I want to find people who are good mentors, and I want to help them add an additional 4 to 5 figures of recurring revenue to their bottom line by offering mentorships on their own platform. So if that's something that sounds like that might be you, and the qualifications are, you have to be doing well yourself. You've got to be actively doing loan signings. You've got to be, doing a healthy 4 or 5 figures every single month consistently. And in order for me to be able to bring the marketing and the memberships your way. So I'm looking for that. And it needs to really honestly be as many state-specific mentors as we can, so that we can stop with this general stuff and you can actually get with somebody who's actively doing it in your state that can train you, so that we can have this wonderful network of really good, confident, and notaries that know what they're doing, basically. Okay. So my email address, I'm going to drop into the chat. If you have a recommendation on someone that I need to speak to, let me know, right? So this is going to be something that we're going to be seeing here in the future as far as platform rollout. But I want to get Georgette's platform up and running June 1. I know Tiffany Miles, she's going to come and teach on the platform, the VA and the reverse mortgage, but she's also interested in establishing a mentorship platform. So I'm going to be talking to her about that. So the key is you have to be good at what you are doing in order to be able to mentor someone else. And rest assured, I don't really believe in setting things up where you're doing work for free. And on the other side, I don't believe in knocking people's heads off, charging them a lot of money at the same time. So there's this happy medium that is this membership platform that usually creates a win-win scenario so that all of those pieces match up. So that's it. 9:48. We actually have a couple of more minutes if somebody has any more questions left.
Hey, Monica, it's Amy.
Hey, Amy.
Really quick, I just thought I would drop in here and just mention that I actually work for the government. and I am I have a procurement specialist degree. So feel free to hit me up if you have questions.
Nice, y'all. I'm sure. Where's your email? Is it on your website, or is it gonna be dropped in the chat?
You have it. Do you want me to drop it in the chat?
No, you can. I have it, but everybody that you just made that announcement to would probably like it as well. So please do.
All right.
Miss Monica, is there any way that you can create a Notary Nerds mentorship platform and then have the different mentors on the platform so that we could see the personality or the person or the fee that we like, or how would that work?
Ooh, I was going from the perspective of developing people into their own thing on their own lane. I didn't think about it from that point of view. You're always bringing up really good ideas. I'm not opposed to it. But we're dealing with a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of chiefs, right? So we I really want them to have their own thing so they can do it how they want to do it. But I feel what you're saying, that would give you.
Yeah, because at university, everyone has their own major, but you still have your mentor at this. I mean, we're a university, so that's why I was asking to keep it under the umbrella. But if you want to create everyone platform, that makes sense too. But I was just asking.
That's a good question. And we might do something like that later on, but I think the quickest way to get to these 50 states of specific training is to incentivize someone who has the financial incentive to go after it, right? I don't know that I could create that under the umbrella of Notary Nerd University. I don't think. I haven't figured that out yet. But Cynthia, you got your hand up.
Hey everybody. I have a notary one-on-one question because I'm fresh off vacation and I haven't done a loan signing in probably 3 weeks. I just picked up a loan signing in my area thinking, oh, great, it's right around the corner, blah, blah, blah. All of the information is California. So I'm just switching out all acknowledgments and jurats for Illinois, correct?
Wait a minute. I was typing. Ask that question one more time.
I have a local signing. However, the property is in California.
Okay.
So all of the acknowledgement and jurats, I would switch them out for Illinois because I am in Illinois.
That is correct. Your venue is going to be where your feet are planted. Absolutely.
Can I just give a little insight? And then, again, always check your state laws. But when we're in California and we do the flip, if the property is going to be recorded in California, I know for us, if the property is going to be recorded in another state, we always use that state's acknowledgement. So just, they're over there, babe. Just check with your state laws, because a lot of times, if it is going to be recorded in that state, they do always say something about extra fees for having extra papers. So just double check. I just know here in California, it's the flip. If it's going to be recorded in Illinois, Texas, we use their state acknowledgement. But jurats, for sure, we always use our state jurats.
Thank you.
Very interesting.
Can I say something?
Yeah, go ahead.
So on that, as far as I know, and please check your state and your laws. As far as I know, as long as the notarial certificate that you do have or that's included at least meets or exceeds what your state requires, you should be okay. And I don't believe you have to switch them out. Now, California, of course, is one of those different ones where they tend to need more on their certificates, so they usually have to switch it for whatever reason. But as I believe, as long as it meets or exceeds the notarial certificate, as long as it meets or exceeds your state, then you should be okay, and you don't need to switch everything out.
Okay, thank you. From what I've reviewed thus far, some of the verbiage is a little bit different. So I do have enough time just to go through everything before tomorrow afternoon. So,
or I will call NNA and call them if you have a membership, ask them.
Good question. Thank you for bringing that up, Cynthia. Urania.
For those of you that are doing inspections, I heard one mention that they used to be an insurance adjuster. Another person used to be a real estate agent. I haven't been an insurance adjuster, but I used to be insurance agent. My question with that is, do you have to have experience with that, and can you assign that up under the same company name? Because somebody mentioned about EIN.
Okay, this is Amy. No, you don't have to experience. I have no experience in any of that. I just signed, like I said, I just Googled, I went on Indeed and looked, I wanted to add inspections.
Okay.
So they have, each company usually just trains you from what I've seen, because this company I signed up with, they just gave me training. They have a whole inspection portal, and they assign you areas according to your zip code.
Okay.
The other one I signed up with, they're going to do a variety of inspections, which also include mystery shopping. So, like I said, I'm just starting off with this, and I did put it under my services that I did offer that on my Google My page. So, I did have to have a digital camera. I have to have that digital roller that you see the people out there when they put the lines on the street to do measurement.
Yeah.
And they do you have to have this one, because you're an independent contractor, you did have to have an EIN, because they are going to give you a 1099. And
the electric tester. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
The pen test electric. Okay, thank you.
All
I
right,
think every company is different.
Amy.
It's the same.
I just wanted to touch on that government aspect. Make sure you guys all remember that the Federal Information Act, the Freedom of Information Act, allows you to get information from any government authority for free through public records. So you can, like, I'll give you for instance, I was able to get all of the platform information from Kentucky, because all of the different platforms provided their information to Kentucky to be approved. So I could ask for it, and it was part of the Freedom of Information Act. I was able to get 40,000 email addresses for the notaries in Ohio, because again, it's part of the Freedom of Information Act. So definitely check with wherever you're advertising or what your focus is, simply because a government agency can help contribute to that for free. Definitely look for that.
You guys, when I tell you right now at 9:56 p.m. Central Standard Time that Amy
The real tea started.
Bomb on that ass. Okay. When she said that you can call the state, I was tuning out, okay, I'm not gonna lie. But when she said that the state gave her how many thousands of notary email addresses?
40,000. I heard that.
Okay, so for
40,000.
Ohio, it was 40,000. I got 500,000 for Texas and 125,000 for Alaska.
I'm not gonna be able to sleep tonight.
All my bells and whistles just went off when I heard that.
Everything just kind of just woke back up. I was on my way, and L. Everson, your hand is up.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
What site did you say? The federal government, or do you go to your state? Where do you go for your freedom of information? Who are you requesting it from?
Any government agency. So the trick is knowing what you're asking for, because if you don't ask for the right thing, they can tell you, oh, nope, sorry, don't know it. And they're legally allowed to do that. So if you go to I'm going to use transportation because that's my area of expertise. You go to your public transportation, your bus system that's local, and you say, I want your bidders list for every bid that you've sent out for the last 6 months. They have to give that to you, and it can include an email address. It doesn't necessarily need to include their physical address. So the question, you can go to the state of wherever you are, the city government of wherever you are, the transit authority of wherever you are. It is a matter of, it's a government agency, and they are regulated by the Freedom of Information Act. You have that authority, just you need to know what you're asking for, and that's the important factor.
Wow. Amazing. You guys, I'm gonna have
That's
to cut
the
it off.
bomb.
It's 9:58. This has been a 100%, like at the very tail end, slam dunk with that information, especially for those of you guys who are looking at starting signing services. Hello, you've got some free leads waiting for you at the Secretary of State. But like Amy says, you have to know what to ask in order to be able to get them to send you whatever it is that you're looking for. But
The name of the list is the bidders list. Is that correct?
For
on what you're looking for.
solicitations, yes, but every
Okay.
agency has a different name, so
Okay.
you need to know what you're asking for.
All right. I will start working on that one. Thank you. Everyone have a good night.
thank you so much, Amy. And Adrian, you had one more thing you wanted to say before we close out?
No, that was an accident, but I was just saying that agreeing with Amy, it depends upon what you are looking for, what services you're providing to get the proper list.
Right. I know the real estate list I have obtained that way before, so I didn't even think to apply it to the notaries. But Miss Fortress, there's a couple of different instructors out there doing apostille. We do have Miss Annie English Pina here at Notary Nerd University that teaches a 2-part class. It's very thorough. Her students seem to enjoy it. She does tests and make sure you know what you're doing. And she also provides some consultative services if you run into one. If after you've been trained and you need some help, she will be there to help you. So I would definitely look at her class, and I know there's several others that are training out there as well. So just do your research. And everyone, fingerprint training in Texas, Vicky, you can get that here at Notary Nerds, or you can order a fingerprint kit, start practicing, watch a lot of YouTube. There is no official training class that you need to take in order to start fingerprinting in Texas. You want to start researching mobile ink fingerprinting, because that's the kind of fingerprinting that you will probably be engaging in. YouTube is going to be your best friend. Order the kit from the FD 258 cards and the ink, the complete ink, professional ink, whatever it's called, on Amazon, and just start practicing. Update your Google My Business and get out there and do it. We heard from a young lady that was doing it in Georgia, Stephanie. She said she didn't take any training. The training that you're going to need to get to do it is actually doing it. So get started, get moving, get out there. Don't wait to figure it all out. It's not going to be something that you want to do. You want to go ahead and start doing it. All right, you guys. Have a great night. 10:01. Y'all have a good evening. This has been a great call. I will see you guys in the group and talk to y'all later. Peace.
Peace. Let me download this chat.